Welcome to episode 3 of Cooking with Day, Yorkshire Pudding / Toad in the Hole. And unfortunately, I've just been informed by the director that episode 2 wasn't. What are you doing?
Come on.
Hi. Welcome to episode 3 of Cooking with Day. Today's episode, long awaited and long suppressed, actually, is Yorkshire Pudding / Toad in the Hole. And I've just before going on, I was informed by the director that the last episode, the fry-up with Day, was not only unfunny but also tragic in some senses, and some people were quite disturbed and upset. And so I'm going to try to lighten things up a little bit here. Cut. Yorkshire pudding is basically an English souffle, nursery food. My mother started making it for me about maybe 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, in the Pleistocene era. And it's basically white flour, King Arthur, fresh milk, neighborhood, 2 local eggs, or oeufs as they say in French, and you basically combine those and throw them in the oven and don't make any heavy movements or slam the refrigerator door, and it'll rise. And that's Yorkshire pudding. But if you put bangers, sausages, in the Yorkshire pudding, those become toads, and the dish is transferred into a new dish called Toad in the Hole. And it's what we in the cooking television industry call a transformation. Back. So we're a Yorkshire pudding, King Arthur flour, 1 cup, sifted a little bit. Get your wife or your husband to beat 2 eggs. Throw those in there. Make a little noise. And finally, your milk. Now, this is pretty serious stuff because you don't want to beat it too smoothly. Lumps are okay. And we all have to take our lumps in this life, and God knows many of us have. And but you don't want to have this too creamy, too silky. You want it to be just a little bit funky in terms of the lumps. And in Cooking with Day, you have to take the bad with the good, and unfortunately most of it's bad, or inedible in this case. But I have been making Yorkshire pudding for so long that I could basically do this if I was in a coma. In fact, I am in a coma. Sequence 3, the entry of the actual toad into the oven. So we've preheated our pie plate. We've put in some oil.
Oy.
And now we're going to put in our batter. And I watch these cooking shows on TV, and they always say, they ask the chefs, what's your favorite kitchen implement? And most of them say the spatula. And I have to agree with that. There's something very, A, you get all the food, but B, there's something about the spatularic motion, as I call it, especially if you do it left-handed like I do, that's immensely satisfying. Okay, so we're ready to rock. We're going to take 3 of these breakfast sausages from Savinor's, where Julia Child got her meat back in the days when she was still Julia Child. And here we go. And the main thing everyone has to remember is, from now on, for the next 45 to 50 minutes, when you come into the kitchen, you have to take off your shoes. And you're not allowed to make any noise or open the refrigerator or disturb the rising of the pudding in any way, shape, or form. And my grandmother actually used to whack me with a hairbrush if her Yorkshire pudding didn't rise. So you guys better be careful. And we're back. Sequence 9, the emergence of the toad in the hole from the actual oven. And here we go. It's always very suspenseful. Sometimes it comes out flat. And but this one looks like no one is going to get whacked with a hairbrush or blamed or anything. And as you can see, the have a pretty good specimen here. There's an actual toad right there. And in a perfect world, this will just slide right out like this. And that's it. Now, I forgot to mention early on that you start with a 400-degree oven, and maybe about 10 minutes into the 40 minutes that the toad will be in the oven, you turn it down to 350. And this is usually in England is paired with roast beef and gravy. It sops up gravy very nicely, and a glass of red wine, and then some sorbet for dessert. So thank you very much once again for viewing episode 3 of Cooking with Dave.